What is up, everybody? I am Andy, TNA's WWE, here for another video, and this, I guess, I don't think YouTube actually has video responses anymore, but this is a video response to Don Tony and Kevin Castle. The Don Tony and Kevin Castle show is, Breakfast with Blas. It's a very good wrestling podcast. It's one of the best ones. And they did a really interesting video that I really enjoyed called WWE Keeper Fire, and they just went down the roster and said the guys that they think should stay and are good assets to the company, and people that they think should leave. So I'm gonna do the same thing, you know. This is like I said, a video response to that. So without further ado, we're gonna go down the whole roster, and in alphabetical order, we're gonna say who we think should stay and who we think should go. So, number one being Alicia Fox. I think she definitely should stay. Clearly, she's fine with being mid card talent and not necessarily being in, because the women's revolution has kind of overshadowed her, but she's kind of found a role in 205 Live, which is very it's good because she's interesting. She has a lot of personality, and I have no problem with her. Next, Ariya Daivari. I like him a lot. I wanted him to win the I Forfeit match on 205 Live. I really like this guy. His older brother, I think it's his older brother, Daivari, who was with the Great Khali, has been in WWE before, and I don't know, I really like this guy. He's good in the ring, he has a lot of personality, I like him on the mic, and I think he has a very prospering future. Next, Bailey, obviously keep. Big Cass, keep for sure, he's going to be a future world champion. Big E, another guy, keep. Big Show, he's going to probably be retiring soon, so not necessarily fired, but, he's probably going to retire. Bo Dallas, I think they should just let him go, to be honest, for his own good, because he could probably be, like, a very high carder in, like, an ROH or a New Japan Pro Wrestling, like, setting. And I don't know, man, it's just, like, clearly hasn't been able to break through on the main roster, and I don't really with he's such a great talent too. It's just a shame, but I don't think Bo Dallas is necessarily going to be getting a bigger push than he's already received. So I would say to cut Bo Dallas. Braun Strowman, obviously keep. He's gonna be a huge name. Lesnar, you keep Lesnar. He's if not Cena, Lesnar is probably the biggest name in WWE. You keep him around for as long as you can, and, he's a money-making machine. Cedric Alexander, keep. I like Cedric Alexander a lot. I think he's a guy that probably should stay off the mic a little bit, though, because I think what WWE needs to realize is that they should, have guys just, stay to their strengths. Cedric Alexander, and, Roman Reigns goes for this, too. They both fall kind of into this category where they don't need to talk, but with Cedric Alexander, he is an amazing performer, and I think if you just keep him off the mic, he will be able to break through better because people will be more focused on just what he's doing in the ring, and I think that's what 205 Live kind of needs to be overall. But anyway, Cesaro, I don't know, Cesaro is kind of he's kind of like a Dolph Ziggler now, but it's just a shame because why hasn't he been world champion? It's just beyond me. But I don't know if he's fine with staying on the high mid card level, then keep. But if not, then he could probably go to New Japan and be a huge name. So I don't know, but I love Cesaro, so I would say keep. Charlotte, she's amazing. She's the best heel right now in WWE, so I would say keep. The United States champ, Jericho, you keep him. He's been the face of Monday Night Raw. Without him, Raw probably wouldn't be as interesting as it is, so I would say definitely keep Jericho as long as you can milk it out for. Curtis Axel, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, they need development, like not development guys, but like low card guys, and like you need to have some of them. But I would say I don't know. Curtis Axel is just someone that he got the push to the moon like the first like month of his character change, and ever since then he just hasn't really. There was the Ryback or whatever, and after that, he just hasn't really amounted to anything. The Social Outcast was crap, and it's just what has he done now? Like he's not in any memorable matches or stories. So I would say cut, I guess. But if he's fine with being a low carder, then keep. But I would say for the most part, Curtis Axel isn't really adding much to the roster. So I don't know. But Dana Brooke. I would keep her. She's going to be probably a big name in 2017. Darren Young. I don't know. I mean, I think that they should push Darren Young a little more. The fact that he openly came out, they should milk that. They could make themselves look really great by like having like him, an openly gay wrestler, like get a decent push. But he hasn't gotten the push at all. The Bob Backlund thing like totally fell flat. So I probably would say to cut Darren Young. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe if he's fine with being like a low carder, then keep. But as far as like him, wanting to like break through, I don't think it's gonna happen in WWE. So I mean, I guess cut. Yeah. Drew Gulak, cut. I don't know. I don't like Drew Gulak. I would say cut. Enzo, keep. Epico, cut. The Shining Stars are nothing. They're just like. There's very few wrestling acts that make me want to change the channel, but they're one of them. Excuse me. So I would say cut. Finn Balor, you keep. He's gonna be getting pushed to the moon. Goldust. I mean, he's getting old as hell, but keep. Graham Metalik, keep. Jinder Mahal, keep. JoJo, hot as hell, keep. Carl Anderson, he's great. Hopefully him and Luke kind of like could like show more like badass personality than just being like bullies, but I think they just really need to be ass kickers and they can like, really break through to the fans. But keep Carl Anderson. Kevin Owens, one of my favorites, keep. Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, keep for sure. Kofi Kingston is one of the, I think out of everyone in New Day, he's probably going to get the biggest push coming out of it. So, keep Kofi. Who else? Lindsay Dorado, keep. Luke Gallows, keep. Mark Henry's probably going to be retiring soon. I would say 2017 he's probably going to retire. Neville, one of the like shining gems in 205 Live. Keep Neville. Nia Jax, you keep her, but she needs a really big personality change. She really needs just a character change or just something different about her. She needs new music. She needs, like, not new attire, but she needs new music. And she needs to, like, I don't know, she just needs a big personality change. She needs to act like more of a badass. Noam Dar, keep. I fucking love Noam Dar. He's amazing. Paige, I would cut. Primo, cut. R-Truth, keep, because everyone loves R-Truth. Rich Swann, keep, but he needs work. He really does. His mic work is getting a little better, but he definitely needs work. Roman Reigns, keep. Rusev, keep. Rusev is great. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's actually becoming one of my favorite wrestlers, like, in the WWE. I hope he, like, this upcoming 2018 Royal Rumble, I guess, because the Royal Rumble had just passed us. But I hope next Royal Rumble he's able to win, because I fucking love Sami Zayn. I think him and Kevin Owens could put on an amazing program. Sasha Banks is also amazing. She's my favorite woman, so I keep her. Seth Rollins, it's a shame what happened to Seth Rollins. Who knows what's gonna happen? What they're gonna say as far as the extent of the injury. If they're gonna, the worst that could happen is that he has to retire. the best that could happen is that he will make WrestleMania this year. And there's also like a bunch of shit in between that could also be the case. But, Seth Rollins is one of the best performers in WWE, so, keep. Sheamus, keep. He's on fire. Sin Cara, I don't know, man. I think they're probably gonna cut him because you always hear stories about him like getting into like fights backstage and shit. So I would say get rid of Sin Cara. Summer Rae cut. She's never on TV. Tajiri keep. He's cool, especially on 205 Live. Kendrick keep. Kendrick is amazing. Titus O'Neil. He's been on TV lately, but I don't know, man. I don't really like Titus O'Neil. But I think he would be good on commentary. A lot better than he is in the ring. So I would say keep, I guess. TJ Perkins, I think people give him way too much shit. I like TJ Perkins. So I would definitely say keep TJ. Tony Nese, I like him because he's from Long Island and shit, but like, I don't know, man. He's just like so boring and just like his in-ring ability is amazing, but he's another one that needs to be just like totally taken off the mic and just be a wrestler and just not have him talk. There's a lot of cruiserweights that need to be that way, and I think 205 Live doesn't need to have as much character development as it does. You could have a few, but for the most part, like, these guys are good at what they do, which is like high flying cruiserweight shit. So just have them do that. But I would say keep Tony Nese and Xavier Woods keep. So yeah, that's my keep or fire. So thank you very much for watching. I am TNA is WWE. Peace.